Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. During the more than 20 years that I was actively engaged in one-on-one counseling, I discovered that most of the people came because they felt they were not succeeding in life. Each one had, in some way, underrated himself and his capacities to succeed in life. Each one had failed to direct his own mind into right avenues that would bring him fulfillment. Each one thought that life was against him when the truth was he was against himself. I discovered that there was a law of mind that worked in every instance if the person involved was willing to give it a try. Whenever a person was willing to change his thinking, giving new conscious direction to his subconscious mind, there was an immediate change in his outer experience. In this chapter, we are going to discuss some of the ways that we can give new direction to the subconscious mind, so that it will work with us in our quest for prosperity. Perhaps you are thinking that you are going to have to change your conditions before you can attain a prosperity state of mind, that you are going to have to manipulate life in some way to change your conditions. I have news for you. The place to start is with your own thinking. Everything begins in mind, your mind, for it is the thoughts that you entertain that produce your world. Human beings are continually feeding ideas into their subconscious minds, ideas they don't want to experience. Suppose you have a pail of dirty water and you keep pouring clean water into it. Eventually you are going to have a pail of clean water. The subconscious mind can be compared to a pail of dirty water. What we need to do is pour enough clean water, constructive ideas into it to cleanse it. Then it will go to work for us to produce success and prosperity. Since we are, each one of us, a part of the universal subconscious mind, this has far-reaching consequences, whereby we are able to draw to us the ways and means of our prosperity, until all of life is working with us. The action of thought power is not limited to a circumscribed individuality. What the individual does is to give direction to something which is unlimited, to call into action a force infinitely greater than his own, which, because it is in itself impersonal through intelligent will receive the impress of his personality and can therefore make its influence felt far beyond the limits which bound the individual's objective perception of the circumstances with which he has to deal. Self-direction is the way to go. Self-direction is the art of directing the subconscious mind into channels of right use. There is no longer any doubt in my mind about the effectiveness of this approach. That which a person believes about himself and which he confidently expects will become his experience. Whereas we have in the past given negative direction to the subconscious mind, we are going to start now giving constructive direction to it. There are various ways to do this. In this chapter we are going to consider a few of them. But before we do, I'd like to say that too many people take themselves too seriously. They consider that it is their bounden duty to worry about life, to stew about situations in life, to impress others with their negative thinking. They feel that out of loyalty to themselves and their fellow man, they must prove up their negative thinking. It is obvious, then, that before we embark on this new constructive thinking program, we must take a right about face. If we are the negative type and kick the old thinking out the door and refuse to let it back in. Affirmations, their value and why they work. Affirmations are positive, constructive statements phrased in the first person. They are used in order to establish in the individual a new order of thinking. Sometimes we precede the affirmation with a denial of the old order of thinking. Here are some affirmations you will be using. I am prosperity. I think prosperity. I live prosperity. Everything I do prospers. I put no limit upon my supply, for it comes to me from an infinite source. I refuse to identify with hard times. I am in business with God, and God's business is good. The idea is to use these affirmations over and over. Repeat them aloud if it helps you, until you are able to believe them. There is nothing superstitious about this. It is not a hocus-pocus voodoo chant. There is no efficacy in repeating the affirmations by rote out of superstition. You have to feel them and accept it in order for them to be effective. Yes, I know you're going to feel silly at first saying, I am prosperity, with that pile of unpaid bills in front of you. It takes salesmanship. You're going to have to sell yourself on the idea that there is a new order of thinking for you, and then it will become your experience. Try using a 7-day mental diet as a beginning. Just as it is important to consistently take in the right kinds of food in order that our bodies function well, so it is important to establish a pattern of consistently ingesting the right kind of thoughts. There is nothing like using a 7-day mental diet to get started on your new thought training program. Here is one you can use. A 7-day mental diet for prosperity. The overall idea for this mental diet is going to be, I am prosperity. This means that right within you is all that you will ever need to bring about prosperity. The wisdom, the intelligence, the power, the ideas, everything you need begins in your mind. The way to use this mental diet is that each day you will once each hour repeat with feeling the affirmation for that day. By the end of the day, we hope you will have digested it. In other words, as with using any affirmation, through repetition, you will make it yours. This is a mind training exercise that has been found to be very effective. First day, my success does not depend on outer conditions. I am prosperity. Second day, I am letting go of old limiting ideas and replacing them with thoughts of success and divine right action. I am prosperity. Third day, I refuse to dwell upon lack. I am prospered in all that I do. I am prosperity. Fourth day, I am one with the lavish abundance of the universe forever expanding. I am prosperity. Fifth day, new opportunities open up to me just as I need them. I am prosperity. Sixth day, I am demonstrating prosperity because there is nothing in me to deny it. I am prosperity. Seventh day, I receive my good gladly, allowing others to prosper in the joy of giving. I am prosperity. Meditation as a means of mind cleansing. Meditation puts us in tune with life, and when we are in tune with life, all of life works with us. I have used a capital L here because I am referring to the universal, which knows no limitation. To begin with, take one of the positive affirmations I have given you and mentally live with it. Let it expand in your mind. For instance, take the idea, I am one with life and life is one with me. All of life is working with me to bring about my prosperity. Feel your oneness with life. God loves you and wants you to be happy and fulfilled in all that you do. When you prosper to the glory of God. Nothing can separate you from your good. Meditate on these ideas and you will come away from your meditation with a new feeling about life and your relationship to it. Repeat this program each day and you will make real progress in your mind training program. Statement of Truth cards can be a great help. Every year through the magazine Abundant Living, we offer a prosperity program to help people build a prosperity consciousness. We offer various affirmations each year on wallet-sized cards that can easily be carried with the student during the day to facilitate using them often. We call these Statement of Truth cards. Do you remember when you were in the primary grades and your teacher held up flashcards to help you picture in your mind the words and phonics that you were to use that day? In my school, we learned our arithmetic combinations in the same way. We looked at 6 plus 4 equals 10, so many times that finally it stuck in our minds. In this way we learned to add and multiply, and this knowledge stayed with us throughout life. Repetition is the key. You can make yourself flashcards by copying down the affirmations we will give you at the end of each chapter. Use them often during the day, and you will make them yours forever. Treatments are for specific overcoming. From time to time, we will be giving you mental treatments which you can use for the purpose of changing the mind in some specific area. For instance, suppose you are unemployed and you would like to change your mind to a consciousness of being rightly employed. Here is a treatment that you can use. I am always rightfully employed. I do not accept unemployment or lack of employment in my experience. I am always in the right place at the right time doing the right things. I am always employed in doing creative work that is right and perfect for my talents. I am always receiving right and perfect remuneration. I am happy in my work. God is my employer, and God rewards my service with generous remuneration and lavish praise. For this I give thanks, and so it is. Self-direction for a prosperity state of mind. My supply is from God, my good is of God. It may seem to come through man, but it is not from man. God gives to me in many ways. God gives to me according to my acceptance of the infinite. I depend on God, and I am never disappointed. If God be for me, who can be against me? And so it is.